This video is not the fake, feel-good bullshit that every fitness influencer is posting nowadays. This is the real, unfiltered method on how to actually build your dream body. So if you want the do this 10-minute abs circuit and you'll get ripped in a week fake ass video that will never actually work, then click off right now. I started lifting around 2 years ago, skinny, fat, and ugly as fuck. I won't lie to you. I started lifting specifically to get girls, and let me tell you, it worked. And I'm not gonna be humble about it either. It worked super fucking well, and I'm really proud of what I've accomplished and what I've been able to do. If you want the attention from girls, the respect from guys, and the aura you get when you have like a big, strong, trained physique, or just to improve yourself, then take the advice in this video seriously. Obviously you wanna train hard. That's a no-brainer. But you also want to be able to progressively overload, meaning you increase the weight you use or the difficulty of the exercise over time. That's why all these push-ups and ab circuits fucking suck. Because once you do 30 plus push-ups or 30 plus sit-ups, how are you going to increase the weight? How are you going to get stronger from there? You're not going to do 80 reps in a row. That is super, super unrealistic. Doing 80 reps every time you want to work out is insane. First, make sure you can progressively overload whatever exercise you're doing. That is why I like weightlifting, bench press, dumbbell curl, because I can increase the weight over time and know I'm getting stronger. Second, you want to build muscle in the right areas. There's so much shit advice going around right now. Just do this and you'll get jacked. Just train and you'll get jacked. That's not how it fucking works. You don't want to look like this. All the dudes that are telling you just train and you'll get jacked, train hard, that is what they look like. You don't want to look like that. The actual areas you want to train are as follows. Abs. Everybody knows why these are so important, and I guarantee you that at some point in your life, you've tried to get them yourself. They're what separates the jacked guys at the top from everybody else, and it's what those movie stars and all the movies that the girls go crazy over have. Every single one of them. I'm not going to tell you how to train every single muscle like abs, because you can just Google exercises for abs weighted, or insert the muscle name there. And you could do that shit in 10 seconds instead of your routine. Next are lats. Notice that every attractive man has a sort of V Dorito shape. This is what gives him that shape. His waist is far smaller than the edges of his shoulders, and it builds him in a completely different way than everyone else who kind of looks like a stick. When someone has that V shape, you can't help but naturally respect them more. It's how we were biologically evolved. The first thing you notice about someone isn't their face or how they dress. It is actually their size and their shape, and the lats are what give them that strong, large shape. Next are your shoulders. These help accentuate that V look that you get from your lats and help your arms look way bigger and way better. Big arms without big shoulders look super weird and disproportionate, but big shoulders with small arms or regular looking arms look amazing. Sometimes your shoulders can honestly carry your entire physique. Just look at people like iShowSpeed who have really nice shoulders and then small everything else, and it makes them look so much better. Imagine him with small shoulders. Next is your arms. I guarantee you've looked in the mirror at some point and said, I want bigger arms. Well, me too. So what do all those jack dudes on TV have? They also have huge fucking arms, every single one of them. And arms are one of those muscles that you see almost 100% of the time unless you're wearing a big coat. So it's super important to not neglect your arms. And this includes your forearm too, by the way, because if you don't train your forearms, your whole physique is gonna look disproportionate and weird. Just look at this guy. Last and finally is your legs. So no girl's gonna look at you and say, oh man, this guy's really sexy because of his legs. But if you do have small legs, you're gonna be unattractive and disproportionate and just look weird as hell. You're gonna look like this guy. And you don't wanna look like that. Now, diet advice. Most people aren't disciplined enough to follow a strict diet, so here's my super, super simplified advice. You know what foods are good for you, and you know what foods aren't. You're not a dumbass. So try to eat foods with high protein that you know are good for you. Don't eat this chocolate, don't eat all these snacks and shit. Try to eat around your caloric maintenance, which basically means you won't lose a ton of weight or gain a ton of weight, which will either make you fat or make it really hard to gain muscle. I'll put a link in the description with a maintenance calorie calculator for you. You can still enjoy food though. You don't have to have rice and chicken all day long, every single day. Snacks are fine as long as you don't overdo it. It's about how much you eat instead of what you eat. So if you have enough vegetables, eventually you'll get super fucking fat. But if you have McDonald's and you don't eat tons and tons of McDonald's, you'll look fine. It's more about how much you eat than exactly what you eat, but it is very beneficial to get in your protein. Recovery is super important too. You want to be sleeping at least at the bare minimum 8 hours a night. All these dudes will say get 6 to 8 hours, get 5 to 7 hours. That's bullshit. You want to be sleeping bare minimum 8 hours if you want to see progress fast. I personally try to sleep for at least 8.5 to 9 hours every single night. On the weekends, try to sleep 9.5. Training is super taxing on your central nervous system, so you need time to let it recover. Set an alarm right now for 9 hours before you wake up. This is your actionable step. At that time, you should be getting ready at the bare minimum or about to be ready to go to sleep. The return on investment you'll get from this is incredible. So good luck, bros. You got this. Just put in the effort. I believe in you. Here's a hug. Bow.